Hi there. Today I'm going to be talking about the best time to love. And I have 4 points, yeah. I'm going to run through it without much ado. So, first off, the best time to fall in love is when you are mentally whole. Okay? The state of your mental health is very critical when you want to indulge love because you don't want to throw in all of that baggage from your past experiences or from your childhood or from any traumatic experience onto another innocent person. You want to come in whole, you want to come in sane with the right um with the right amount of information, with the right amount of knowledge, with the right amount of sanity. You don't want to indulge when you are not mentally prepared. So make sure that you have detoxed all of those toxicity from past experiences. Make sure you are healed before you deal because you don't want to, if you are in such a foggy mental state, you'll only be able to offer so little and you don't want somebody else to suffer because of all that baggage. So before you indulge love, make sure that you are mentally whole, make sure that you are sane. Okay, on to the next point. Okay, second point, the best time to love is when you have a healthy amount of indifference. Let me explain. So, when you are in a desperate place, when you are overly anxious, you are prone to make the wrong choices. You get it's like in every other facet of life. If you are desperate, if you are eager, if you're overly anxious, you have very high tendency to make the wrong choices. So the best time to fall in love is when you have a healthy amount of indifference in the sense that you are not necessarily crazy about the outcome. You are not insistent that it must be this person or it must be that person. Like whether it works or not, you are good. I know it's not as easy peasy as it sounds, but it helps a lot. It helps a lot when you go into a relationship with a healthy amount of indifference. It's not that you are going to put in half measures. It's not that you're going to give half measures. No, you are willing and ready to put in all the effort. But in the same vein, you are also willing to move on if things don't work out. I mean, it's about a 50-50 chance, okay? Especially when you are dating someone or something like that. There is the probability, there is the likelihood that it ends up in marriage, and there's also the likelihood that it does not. So you need to have a mindset that accommodates whatever outcome. So that is the best time to fall in love, where you're not unhealthily attached to the idea or to the feeling of being in a relationship or being with someone. Okay. Then my third point is the best time to fall in love is when you are ready for the work. I often say that it takes a lot of work, takes a lot of intention, takes a lot of effort to be in a relationship. So when I talk about being ready to put in the work, there are two ways to this. There are two ways straight to this. First off, you need to have the right tools, which means you need to have the right information. You need to have detoxed any negative mindset. You need to have detoxed yourself from any negative opinions, wherever you picked it up from your childhood, from society, because I kid you not, a lot of errors are flying around. So yeah, before you engage, be sure that you are in a mentally whole place. I already said that. So being ready to work means that you have the right tools, you have the right mindset, you have read the right books, you have prepared yourself, and then you are equally willing to put in the work. It's not just knowing too much. It's not just having all the information, having all the knowledge. There has to be a balance between what you know and what you practice. So When you are armed with the right tools and you are ready to actually put in the work, then you can engage. I kid you not, it takes a lot of work to love someone beyond the mushy mushy feelings and all, beyond the feel good feeling. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort. So if you're not ready, it's not a crime that you are not ready to engage, but don't stress somebody's son or somebody's daughter when you are not ready to put in the work. Okay? Then on to my last point. The best time to fall in love is when you find the right person. I know there is a whole lot of dynamic to this, to finding the right person, but basically, make sure that you tick the core boxes before you indulge. Okay? Make sure you do all the math before you fall in love. I know many times we are tempted to go ahead because of the butterflies in your stomach. You feel so excited, you feel so attracted, and you just lie to yourself that there is no way this ain't gonna work. You get because of how you feel at the moment. But no, take a pause, really take a pause to do all the math. So you don't get to do the math in the middle of an entanglement. It becomes more difficult then to do all the calculations. So I hope these points were helpful.